realize it.
Appreciate it.
Yeah,
I'm
bro.
happy to see you as well.
How you been? Everything else go? Everything's been good?
Man, everything is amazing. I can't complain about nothing. I don't know what the hell to complain about. I'm too happy. I done seen too much shit doing them 6 years behind that wall. You
Yes,
feel me?
bro. 6 years. Do you ever think about like, okay, I got busted with this stuff. I don't want to get into details because I know it's still stuff going on.
Right.
I'm not gonna ever do that to you. But you got in trouble with this stuff.
Right.
6 years, okay? Do you ever think like, man, they ain't had to treat me like this? You know what I mean? I done did so much in the community. Why all the crazy backlash?
I think that, I can't really complain about how they treated me because I believe I was supposed to be treated far more worse from all the bullshit I have done in my community. Yes, man.
Wait, say that again? Because I don't think they ain't never gonna hear this from Ralo now.
I mean, people justify when they, making some money and they put some money back in the community, but they'll never think about the harm they have brought to the community because, I was also a product of my environment and I put things in the environment that, I was taught to do, you smell me, that I thought was right, you smell me? So, like, I seen dudes with, a lot of time that'll come up to me and be like, hey, man, you was my motivation. You motivated me to go get some bricks, or you motivated me to goddamn turn up, but now you got 30 years or 20 years and shit.
And you like, that's not the motivation I want to inspire.
That's some shit I can't even sleep at night on. You smell me?
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? That shit, I carry that torch with me every day. I don't ever not think of that. You smell me?
Right. The yin and yang of life that we try to learn to balance, right? We justify our evils in order to ignore the stresses that we cause because we've glorified those moments of goodness. And it's like, yeah, but you built it off of this.
Right.
And
I think, when I was reading, because I read a lot, and when I was reading one of the books, and I had read, that was the devil's biggest trick when he tells us to do a wrong but get some right out of it. Like, go sell dope and take care of your family, or go do this to get that. And, we forget about the seed that was sown in order to do that. You can't get nothing good off of forbidden trees. You know what I mean?
Right. How many, and this is a tough question. In the beginning, when the drama's happening, right, and the breakdown is happening in your life, right? All those handout people, give me, they got the handout people.
Right.
They start disappearing.
Right.
Were you mad at first or were you happy?
I mean, when I was on that jet and I had known that the FBI and Homeland Security and everybody was outside the jet, because, we got a window on the jet. You look at it, I seen the motherfuckers out there. It was like mountains just came off my shoulders. Like, it's the craziest shit that you possibly can fathom because, going to jail, nigga be about to stressed out. But I was actually, relieved from all the shit that I had to do because, when you supplying several people, contraband or whatnot, them people depend on you. And like, that shit become
Stress.
a responsibility and a duty. Like, it's like you almost gotta do it for the plug, or you gotta do it for all the many consumers that's relying on you. You smell me?
Right.
So when that shit was a big relief. You smell me?
Have you ever heard this before? I've heard people say that are like top-notch billionaires and CEOs that some of the best CEOs that never make it are drug dealers.
And somebody,
because their mentality to
right.
run a business and a corporation is there. It's just they're running the wrong way.
I think that, when God planted his seeds on earth, we be seeds planted, whether it's in the ghetto or we in the suburbs or we anywhere, those seeds still be good seeds that, that have, grand intelligence and stuff, but we just misuse them.
I think it might be the soil. The seed is the seed.
Right.
The soil can be tainted.
Exactly.
And then that's where the nutrients comes from, right?
Right.
So the soil could be bad, and you're sitting there going, "Damn, man, why is it happening like this?"
Right.
Well, the soil's bad. The seed is fine.
Yeah, because there's a lot of us. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was a lot of, brothers that I was running across that had a massive following. Like you see what they doing to Young Thug, you smell me like,
Right.
and they what they did to me and what they did to Larry Bernard Hoover, Jeff Ford, and all the different leaders. It's just generation after generation. Of course, it's gonna be somebody after me. It's gonna be somebody after us. You smell me, and after them, and after them. I don't think it gonna ever end, but I do think that we need to start, utilizing our influence for God. You know what I'm saying? Instead of doing it for our own selfish desire, whether it's Fam Goon, whether it's YSL, or whether it's, GDs or anything that we, promote. I think we should start promoting God's work. You smell me?
How many people have you lost with this new way of thinking? Now that when you came home, they was like, "Oh, we gotta get back to the woo woo whoop," and you was like, "Bro, I ain't doing that."
I mean, if you get into thinking of who you lost, you get into thinking and trying to do it for the people and pleasing the people, and the people gonna always let you down. You smell me? Like there's no way around it. Like because a lot of artists today. Like some of these dudes that I talk to on an everyday basis, that they had massive records and they look at my views and they be like, damn, how the hell Ralo get the same views I get and I got platinum hits or whatnot, and I'm still, these people they get uncomfortable with the person that they allow the people to create. So when they get humbled down, because everybody want to be a star and want that light for so long that when that light go out or get dull, they don't even know how to react.
I've been in this business a long time. I've been in Atlanta a long time, so my legacy, right?
Right.
People never really come to me for the answers, and I watch people come and go. Do you know how many artists I have interviewed?
Plenty. I can't even imagine.
It's in the hundreds or even in the thousands.
Right.
Just because of they might have had an online buzz, or they might be popular in the schools,
right? Or
they had a couple of hits. Most artists don't ever become worldwide famous icons because what a lot of artists don't seem to understand is some of y'all are meant to be writers, but because you have talent, you think you're gifted. It's different. Some people you ever heard of the it factor?
I heard of it.
So the it factor is something that you just can't explain, you can't teach, you can't grow. That's just something you have.
Right.
A lot of artists think because they're talented that they have the it factor. You don't.
Right.
You're talented. You're not gifted.
Right.
And there's a difference. There's nothing wrong with it.
Right.
But you're missing your gift because you're too busy focusing on your talent.
Right.
And I see that a lot with people. And that's why these careers come and go.
Right.
There's not going to be a 15-year Drake all the time, or a Nicki Minaj, or a 20-year Lil Wayne. Those people are rare.
Very rare.
You're lucky if you can have a regional success, for 20-something, 30 years, something like that. You're lucky for that.
Right.
A lot of people don't understand that, and they get caught up in their talent, not realizing that they're not gifted in that area. That's saying they don't have a gift, just in that area, right?
Right.
You're born to be a writer. Look at The Dream. Look at these other artists. But when they started writing for people, they're writing for the people who are stars.
Right.
They're gifted in writing.
Right.
Right. Do you think that maybe your gift is more so in the building of empires,
right,
versus being the forefront of the empire?
I think that I try to stay away from even putting my energy into that shit. Like trying to even become the forefront or anything like that, because I read in a great book, that the best king is he when he's amongst his village. You can't even tell who he is. You smell me? So like I try to stay in my position and be at peace. You know what I'm saying? Because whether you trying to be the forefront or whether you trying to, bring an empire or build an empire up, you can fail in either one.
Right.
You know what I mean? But in what I be doing, you can't fail. What I try to do and stay satisfied with what I got and don't worry about what I don't have, I stay at peace like that. And if it move, if me being in the forefront move, that's a great thing.
Right.
Me building the village or, building the kingdom or whatnot, if it move, then it's great. But however, if neither move, I'm happy with what I got. You know what I mean?
You strike me as a person that had to find the emotional side of yourself through being by yourself. Like, damn, like I'm really alone. Everyone out in help, they not picking up. They not calling. Hear me out when I say this.
I'm listening.
Sometimes, when you're winning and you don't call on him,
Right.
he'll take it away.
All the way.
Then he'll come sit next to you and say, "You ready to talk to me now?"
Hey, you talking about?
That happened to you?
I mean,
While you was locked up, you in there like just by yourself crying. No one's gonna have my back. Ain't nobody doing this. And then you go, you know what? And the guy sits next to you and goes, "You ready to talk to me now?"
I really can't. I can't discredit a lot of people because a lot of people were supportive of me.
That's dope.
Like a great amount, and I can't even like the more people than I even thought.
Mm.
And it came from the people that I wouldn't have thought that supported me. People were sending me 50,000, hundreds of thousands, and like sending me money. So I can't even say that because even at my highs, I worshiped our Lord. Even at our lows, I worship our Lord. Even in the middle, even now, I still worship our Lord. I get on my knees and I pray to Him every single day, several times a day. And you know, I don't even be expecting, you know, dealing with the streets and having to go to war with your partners and, you know, going to jail and this thing, you know, this ain't your friend no more. That type of shit, I be expecting.
Wow.
I don't never expect, you know, whenever, you know, me personally, what I do, I stay grounded on me doing right. If another nigga do some lame shit or another bitch do some lame shit, I just don't even, I ain't trying to get no retaliation or I ain't trying to get even or do no lame shit because I know that all of us got to answer to our Lord. That's what I believe.
Wow. And so where do you put your anger then? Because I always tell, this is the thing that I think it's a thing among men, right? People, you ever hear women like, men never open up. I don't think men should open up, honestly. I think, in my personal opinion, to a certain level, not, you know, completely off, but I always say that, at least for most men, is you cry in the showers, you pray in the shadows. No one cares about our struggles.
Right.
Right? Is that you find that to be?
I cry on the microphone. I just get on the booth and I just rap like that. That's why I can't believe I'm getting paid for it. but yeah, like it was never about you know, making it to be the biggest iconic artist or making a top hit. I just like going in that venue. It's just like writing to me. You smell me? It's like writing in a journal or a diary or, you know.
It's your release.
It's my release. So that's why I go cry.
Right. Now, how has been the embrace since you've been home though? You know, we got over the drama of the going through it. Right. The embrace coming home, you know.
I think that, you know, with all the stuff that occurred while I was incarcerated, whether it was PPP, you know, a lot of people made a lot of money off that area. A lot of people got a lot of money and, you know, people went up and, you know, before I went in, you had your mind mixtape, your Dat Piff, your Spinner, your live mixtapes. You ain't have, you know, Pandora, Spotify, Apple Music. It just now crank. I mean, it had crunk up while I was in, but like labels weren't just dishing out all these millions of dollars like they have been. You smell me? So like the people that I supported or I helped that relied on me no longer need that reliance or no longer need that help. So like they don't embrace me the way I embrace them.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? So like, you know, when a person needs you, they all on your ass.
Yeah.
You smell me? But when they...
You my guy, you my dog. They give you all the words.
Everything.
That's why I don't like when people say, well, you signed the contract. I'm like, you shouldn't have offered it. Because you already know. Like, you ever notice when someone does a bad deal with someone, they say, hey, it's just business. It ain't personal.
Right.
You never hear someone say do something positive for someone say, hey, it's just business. It ain't personal. Because business is personal.
Business out.
Because when you give me a crappy contract, you're personally saying to me, I'm trying to F you over without you knowing it.
Right.
When you personally give someone a bad contract, you're saying, I'm willing to F your life up in order to make this happen and make mine happy. And then when you realize it's not good, you say to the person who's starving at the time, you should have read the contract. You shouldn't have even offered it.
Right.
You know? What kind of person are you really? So I understand where you're coming from when it's like you offered a kinder hand. You know,
Right.
you know. So now, what's the next thing? What's Ralo doing now?
I mean, I just announced my Welcome Home project today. You smell me? I had the help with 300. 300 helped me while I was incarcerated. They sent me money, and they gave me a big old bag of while I was in and when I came home, and that was well needed.
Right.
I had still take care of my mama, my kids, my nieces, my nephews.
Still had to provide again. Cry in the showers, pray in the shadows for a man is what it is.
So I still had to handle the business, and they was the people that came and couched me. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to discredit Empire for what they did to me. They gave me monthly checks the whole time I was incarcerated as well. But however, 300 offered me an offer that I couldn't really resist, and I was able to come from that. So this is my debut album with them. You smell me? The Welcome Home Ralo is something that we put together as a whole, and I never was able to do that because whenever I used to make my music or whatnot, I used to put it out just how I want to put it out. But now I got like Salim and I got people at the label that tells me, hey, Ralo, I think we need to work on this, or this is the area that we losing up in, and okay, now look at your YouTube, and these are the people that, you know what I'm saying? I never looked at none of that shit.
Yeah, because, you can't build no one's ever built a pyramid by themselves, bro.
Right.
And at the one of the hardest lessons, especially if you're like a leader type of a man or a person, I should just say, is that you want to be hands-on with everything.
Right.
But the best leaders in the world delegate.
Right.
And listen.
Right.
And they go, and you realize that the way you perceive yourself is maybe not how people see you or they want to see you. I tell a lot of artists, like this goes back to me saying before, where I wish a lot of artists would come to me because I could teach them a lot of stuff. I sit at the control tower of what's going on in the online, streaming, radio, television. You want to hear the truth or you want to hear the lies, right? I can tell you. And the one thing I'll tell artists is you don't get to pick your fans pick you.
Exactly.
You don't know who your fans going to be.
Exactly.
Pitbull used to be rapper, punch you, knock you out. But it just wasn't resonating in that lane.
Right.
Then he put on a suit, started doing other music, and that's the fans that picked him.
Right.
Doesn't change the fact that he's not a punk or nothing like that. Like, I know he'll still knock you out.
Right.
But he's not, that's the fans that pick you. So this is who's picking you.
That's what happened with me. It's made me like, I tried to throw out a female record like 2 weeks ago, and then another female record, and anytime I throw the record, I got millions of views or streams on the first day. You smell me? But whenever I throw the female, I'm like, why the hell I ain't get the same? Like 80% of my fan base is men. You smell me? So like, I ain't choose them, they chose me. You smell me? So I 100% agree to what you're saying.
Yeah.
And you got to cater to that fan base.
You got to, listen, there's one thing, it's one thing to be in a lane. It's another thing to try to switch it. I always tell people, don't switch your lane. You cannot travel in 2 lanes at the same time.
Right.
What you can do, though, is extend your own lane, which means build on your own road.
Right.
So if you start here and it's all guys, keep building on your road until it becomes all female. But stop trying to jump in this lane and that lane and this lane. No, build your own lane.
Right.
Pave your own path.
Right.
A lot of people want to jump in someone's path that's already paved. Doesn't make any sense.
At all.
It's not your road. Why are you trying to travel in 2 lanes? But I don't want to keep you up here, man. We've been here for 20 minutes. I could talk to you all day, homie. I'm just so happy you're home.
I appreciate
that. I missed you, bro.
I'm
glad you're
back.
I wish you much success.
I
wish you nothing but positivity. And whatever your expectations are, I wish they manifest times 10 even more.
Speak that.
All right?
That.
Thank you, man. And I wish I can get a grill like yours, but I can't afford it, nigga.